Alright guys, sorry it's been a while since I've recorded a video on Palantir. I just haven't been feeling too good during the weekends. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, and today was an absolutely baller day for you if you caught the calls at the beginning of the day. I did, but I didn't quite squeeze out as much profit as I could have. What I noticed was that price was respecting this area right here. I haven't had this in a previous video. I added it to my chart yesterday. And if you don't believe me, I'll make a shorts video on the trade that I took on it today, and it'll show that zone in there real time. I'll go ahead and edit in the trade confirmations. I didn't squeeze out as much profit as I could have because I honestly didn't think that we're going to get such a big bullish reaction today. Whether it's a dead cat bounce or we're actually reversing from this downtrend that we've been in. But if you have any ideas for, kind of a silly shorts video I can make with this, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. I'll go ahead and link up a previous one that I made and you kind of can see what I've been going for. But yeah, with that being said, let's go into the current zones that I am looking at right now. I got quite a few here on the charts. Obviously, the one that really played out today was this one here from about 68 to 67. And then up here, I ended up exiting at the upper bound of this one because I thought that we were potentially going to get a rejection here. But this one right here is 73 to 71. And then up here, we got 75 to 76, 70. And then up here, we got the big one. This is where things are going to be heavy. At least I think they're going to be heavy in the next coming days. 78 to 80. And the 80 is really kind of the focal point right there. 80 has been kind of a heavy area. I mean, you can see that there's a lot of buying stepping in here and then a rejection here. And then obviously, a break, and then we shot up higher. And 80, again, 80 seems to be a very important level for the short term in Palantir. And then up here, we have this small little zone from about 82 to 82.50, I'd say. Those aren't the exact numbers, but that's kind of the general area of that. What I wanted to get into, like the main point, is I have this channel right here, and I'm actually going to change this because when I drew this channel out, this was a while back. I probably drew it somewhere around this area, and what I did was I just used these two highs for kind of the angle of it, and I extended the lower bound just to this low right here, and I'm going to change that. And what I'll do is I'll just bring it up like that. I think that makes a whole lot of sense. And what we're just going to have to see is, are we just retesting the failure of this channel? Was today that? We're going to have to see what it looks like tomorrow. Obviously, the lower bound of this channel is going to be a little bit higher than $80. It's possible that if we are doing a retest rejection of this ascending channel, it might come in the next couple of days up here around $82. And then another thing that I kind of noticed was if I go down to a smaller time frame, we'll go down to the 1 hour. And this is regular trading hours. I try to draw all my channels and structures with regular trading hours, but I do have extended trading hours when I do trade, just so I can see what the pre and post market looked like. But what I noticed here was we had kind of a descending line of resistance, something kind of like that. And, if we are going to retest this channel again and reject, this descending line of resistance kind of has some confluence with that, just up in this area right here. But, if we just kind of stay up in this area, in this price range from, let's say, about 76 to 82 within the next couple of days, that'll kind of invalidate this descending line unless we are going to go for a move higher and we kind of just chop around here and we bounce off of it for another move higher. But I'm going to keep that descending line of resistance on my chart. And then above this level here from 82 to 82.50-ish, we then got 84.30, 84.20 to 85. Above that, we got 90 to 90.70, and then above that we got the big one, which is from about 95.96 all the way to 101. And the reason why that's such a big zone is if we go to the daily chart, I mean, that's just where a bunch of wicks were, and there's not a whole lot of structure there. So I think price, once it does eventually get back there, that's going to be a major deciding area, whether we just reject that area again or if we can break above that for another leg up higher. Now, another thing to consider is that we got earnings. It's still about a month away. It's on May 12th. And typically earnings for Palantir have been very good. I mean, obviously, this was the last time we had earnings. You can see a huge, massive gap up. But in my memory, for the short term, it seems like Palantir almost always moves up on earnings. That's always dependent on whether or not they actually do have good earnings. I mean, obviously, you can see down here, Palantir gapped down and then had a massive green day on its earnings. And then here it gapped up, but then fell right back down to where it was trading at before. So earnings is, it's kind of a gamble if you're going to play earnings. I would just be very careful when that does come around. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments where you think Palantir is going to next. Are we going to respect this descending line of resistance? Are we going to break above it, retest it, come back into this channel for another leg higher? Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.